Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Lucky, a Love Again novel by Heather Grace Stewart, narrated by Parker Everly and Gary Furlong. Chapter 1. Dylan. Ouch, son of a mother trucker! I scream the words like a woman not enjoying the roller coaster ride, and attempt to hold my teeny tiny towel around my naked body as my left leg falls through the wooden planks of the three-tiered sauna bench. Trying to steady myself, I fail and fall all the way down through the newly formed hole in the bench floor. You've got to be kidding me! I've lost my dignity and my after-yoga zen in 4 seconds flat. Surprisingly, the towel is still holding. Oh, dear me. What the dickens? An older woman sitting on the top tier in a black swimsuit with a towel wrapped tightly around her hair sounds about as concerned for me as if she were driving in traffic and it came to a standstill. Like she's grown accustomed to millennials busting through the sizzling sauna bench after their yoga practice. Gwendolyn, dear, cancel my 2 o'clock. Looks like I'm going to be delayed. She's speaking to the wood sauna wall opposite her, so I quickly decipher that she's on her Bluetooth and wearing earbuds. In the sauna, relaxing. What is this world coming to? I realize there are more pressing matters like, say, my life, but I'm legitimately concerned about this woman's phone and her need for more work-life balance. Are you going to be okay? She sounds slightly more concerned now, yet she doesn't budge. Her back remains pressed straight against the sauna wall. No, I'm not going to be okay. I'm stuck inside a sauna floor in the small space between 2 slats of wood, and I'm wearing only a thin white towel. I wiggle my torso a little to see if I can get loose, but I'm concerned the terry cloth will slip off my boobs. Not wanting to make eye contact for fear I'll start to cry, I look away and don't answer. Take my hand, I'll pull you up. The woman in deep purple yoga wear reaches out for me. Thanks, but I don't think that's going to work. With my luck, I'll lose the towel and break something. That's true. You wouldn't want to break a leg. Should we call someone? No, I'll figure this out on my own, thanks, I say. I might be uncoordinated and unlucky, but I'm resourceful. I can find a way out of this mess without anyone's help. But when I look down again at my chest squished up against the broken sauna boards, I wonder if I'll be here all night. The sincerely concerned woman in purple takes my hand and gives it a gentle squeeze. No, we'll go see if someone at the front desk or even an instructor can help you out of here. But I don't want to make a spectacle of myself, but then again, I don't see any other way. Okay, thanks. I call after them because they've already left the sauna. Bluetooth babe has closed the door. Wait, I shout. You should probably leave that door open. I let my voice dim to a near whisper. You know, because it's kind of hot in here. Sizzle. Shush. The hot coals over there are still singing their steamy song, and I'm stupidly stuck here, waiting for help and feeling the heat. How did I end up here? Is there a deeper meaning to every situation life throws at you, or is life just one great cosmic joke? How are some people born into poverty, while others are handed a silver spoon the moment they slide out of their mama's woohoo, crying their little lungs out and getting everything they'll ever need? I don't have a clue. One thing I'm sure about is this. The world has its share of lucky people and unlucky people. I'm one of the unlucky ones. For starters, my mother Audrey named me Dylan, a Welsh name that means son of the sea. She chose it because it's unisex, but admitted she'd been hoping for a boy because it's a man's world and I wanted my only daughter to succeed. Way to put the pressure on me at 0 months, Mom. She defends herself every time we talk about this, saying she thought my moniker was a clever feminist move. Give me a strong, non-gendered name alongside the surname Douglas, and people would take notice of me and always take me seriously. It's had the opposite effect. I get called to audition for a lead in a movie, only to be turned away when they realize I'm a woman named Dylan Douglas. I'm also too short, too curvy, too brunette. They like my green eyes, though, and never fail to ask if they're contacts. They're not. Before biting their lower lip, looking down at their clipboards and telling me, "Thanks, Dylan, we'll call you." They never do. It's the same for men. Boys, I should say, because that's all I've come across in my failed attempts at dating these last few years. If they aren't glued to their phones laughing over some meme at dinner, they're attacking me for being cynical about the state of the world, or worse, for being myself. They always want to change me. "You should smile more," my last date told me, "and maybe wear less black." I said I'll smile when I feel like smiling, and I like the clothes I wear. I didn't want to be fake in an already ungenuine world. My date rolled his eyes and tried to pick up the tab. I offered to pay half, and we went our separate ways. I'm not about to change my personality, my name, or my look to get an acting role or a boyfriend. But after 3 years of studying my brains out at Terry Fox University, TFU Film School, another 5 months taking the school's Acting Essentials course, and a year of failed auditions and trying to make ends meet pouring other people's pumpkin lattes at Starry Night Cafe around the corner, I desperately need a lucky break. I'm just trying to get one foot in the door as an actress so I can work my way up to writing and producing, but so far, the door keeps hitting me in the face. Hard. Day after day. I tried feeling lucky one day. I would walk lucky, talk lucky, be lucky. I just ended up scaring off customers with my awkward, forced smile. I think they thought I was creepy, that I was poisoning their little lattes. I went back to being unlucky, unsmiling, unnoticed. My best friend, Lauren, tells me that what you think about expands, and that 99% of luck is showing up for stuff. I tried showing up at auditions with a lucky penny in my pocket and wearing expensive, lucky lace underwear. My mother's visiting dog ate the penny, along with my favorite earrings, and the underwear got shredded in my building's 30-year-old washing machine. My landlord thinks it's still 1992. Then I got desperate. I tried alternative methods. I burned lucky incense and watched dozens of manifestation videos. I tried tapping with Tom. I tapped my brains out every day for a week until I developed a migraine. Still, nothing. I looked like a monkey tapping on my lips and armpits while chanting, "I am successful." My bedroom reeked of frankincense oil, and my head felt like it was permanently in a vice. Trying to be lucky turned out to be more stressful than just being unlucky. I showed up for 18 auditions this summer, but I still didn't land one part, and the owner of Starry Night Cafe fired me because I had this tendency to say my lines out loud while frothing milk, which was apparently disturbing customers. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have practiced the teen psychopath murders parents in sleep lines. You live and learn. My fridge is nearing empty and my rent's long overdue. I could only afford my yoga class this morning because my mom gave me a gift certificate for my birthday, and I needed to get away from Harmony and relax. Sweet birthday week this has turned out to be. Harmony said she'd cover me this month, but that's debatable. I never wanted a roommate, but I needed someone to help pay the rent after I got into debt. Lauren would have been the perfect roommate, but Sam has moved into her sweet attic apartment before their wedding later this fall. So I was desperate. Harmony seemed, well, like her name, harmonious. Her hair was pulled back in a slick ponytail, and she rocked a 1950s vintage style. She works full-time at the front desk at Edwin Cove Library and seemed to be pleasant and level-headed. I had her co-sign my one-year lease, and 2 days later, she proceeded to fill our tiny living room with 4, yes, 4, rotten tree trunks. She told me she met some men who taught her how to chisel them out of the forest floor, sandpaper them for smoothness, add wood stain to balance out the color, then preserve them with the magic of polyurethane sealant. I wanted to say something before they were set up, but the 2 big dudes bringing them into the apartment were too scary to approach. I can be a strong woman and stand up for myself, but it's a vastly bad idea to upset someone who can put a spell on you while you sleep. This was how our conversation went. William Shatner! Using iconic celebrity names is my new favorite way to swear. That is, if I can remember not to drop the F-bomb. Iconic, lovable Will Shatner gets top billing when I want to curse. I've always loved being creative with words. It's my father's influence. He's always said that if you're going to be angry in public, at least be original. Harmony, you can't build this here. I put my hands on my hips, suddenly feeling like a teenager's mom. She was looking down, rummaging through a box of skulls and bundled herbs. I read the little label attached to the one in her hand, white sage. When she looked up at me, I noticed her eyes were no longer blue. She was wearing black contacts and a spiked black leather choker that looked like a dog collar around her neck. I try to be open-minded about people's styles and religions, but 2 weeks ago she was wearing poodle skirts and pink cardigans. This was all happening so fast. This is my love letter to the environment, my Wiccan nature altar. And you're crushing it just like that? She glared at me. I didn't sign up for half an old-growth forest in my small apartment. Can't we just frame a photo of Greta Thunberg cuddling a koala bear? I groaned. My room is minuscule. Wiccan altars are meant to be glorious. Help a fellow human attain glory. She grinned at me, revealing black lipstick on one front tooth. It will stay here. You'll benefit as well. Then she stood, pulled a lighter from her pocket, lit the tip of a bundle of white sage, and started pointing the sage at my forehead. You need to be cleansed. She waved it with fervor under my nose. Smoke billowed out from under my nostrils. I felt like Puff the Magic Dragon, badly wanting to retreat to my cave. No, I'm good, thanks. Used some mango body wash just the other day. Her black eyes searched mine. You, Dylan Douglas, are getting in your own way, resistant to the ebb and flow of the universe when it wants to bring you what you desire and need. Why is that? I blinked and took a step back. It's possible Harmony only took this voodoo up a week ago with a witch kit she bought online, so how the hell was she affecting me like this? I have to be somewhere. I turned and fled the scene and came here to tranquil times to relax. So relaxing. Not. I've forgotten to breathe, and I smell like eucalyptus, sweat, and eau de panic. Chapter 2. Sizzle shoo. The hot stones are hissing again. Why didn't someone think to turn off the sauna heater? It feels like a day at the equator. I'm finding it difficult to breathe, or maybe I'm hyperventilating. I can see the headlines. Girl tries to relax, dies in freak sauna accident. Oh, I feel so lightheaded. Stay calm, miss. We're here. I hear the man's deep voice and loud footsteps, but I'm so faint now I can barely lift my head to look at him. When I finally find the strength to do so, I count not 1, not 2, but 3 burly men in bright yellow turnout coats surrounding me. One of them is holding a very big axe. Don't you worry, miss. We're going to cut you out of here. Of course. It figures I'd meet 3 handsome firefighters when I'm stuck, delirious, and half-naked. Just my luck. Firefighter 1 comes closer, axe in hand. Holy Norse god of thunder, he looks like Chris Hemsworth's Thor, in a turnout coat instead of the leather armor and sword. But since I'm beginning to bloat, I'm not going to complain about tiny insignificant details. There's sweat dripping down my face, and I'm quite sure my towel is slipping off my chest. If we were in a bar right now, I'd be able to regale Thor with a hilarious tale like that time I got stuck in a sauna. Turns out it's not that funny while it's actually happening and your face and ass are on fire. Ma'am. One glances at me. This is already starting badly. One look and he's calling me what grocery boys call my mother. Ma'am, can you move to the left a little and I can chop the plank that's at your right? He lifts the axe high in the air before I even open my mouth to answer. Wait, Jackson, maybe we should just lube her up and pull? Lube and pull? Did two just say lube and pull? I am dead. Jackson lowers the axe as he turns to talk to Firefighter 2. Good thinking. Lube up her body, lather up the towel, then slide her out. 2 is wearing thick black glasses. He pushes them farther up the bridge of his nose and furrows his brow. We'd have to push in, then out, then in, then out to get the right trajectory. Exactly, it's all about rhythm. Firefighter 3 interjects. You sure it's not about the size of the ship? Jackson replies, and they all start to snicker. I close my eyes. This isn't happening. I open them again, but it is. I'm in a porn film gone horribly wrong. I think I'd prefer the axe, please. I look up at Jackson, my eyes pleading with his. 2 and 3 have left, searching for lube, presumably, but he still lowers his voice to a whisper. So, you like it rough, do you? He winks, and I feel my dead soul spring to life again. At least he's trying to lighten the mood for me. Maybe, sometimes, just not in a hot sauna. I try my best to flirt back, but I'm so faint. Give me your number after you're out of here, and we'll try my rooftop hot tub instead. He flashes his pearly whites and winks at me again, and I find enough strength to nod in agreement. Hot God of Thunder Firefighter just asked me out. Hallelujah! At least something good has come out of this embarrassing disaster. The other firefighters return with a pail full of a clear and gooey-looking liquid. Oh, sweet mother, they were serious. They're going to slather me in lube. I put my hands over my face to hide my embarrassment and hold my breath. 6 strong hands begin lathering petroleum jelly over my arms, chest, and as much of my torso as they can reach. It actually feels nice, if not completely foreign. Hands stroking me? It's been a while. I peek out behind 3 fingers to see why they've stopped. They're huddled together in the corner, analyzing how to get me out of here. Jackson gives his opinion first.
It's not flammable. It can mitigate any sparks these hot stones throw. Let's just give her a jerk and hope for the best.
Give me a jerk and hope for the best? My life story until this moment. But now a hot firefighter has asked me out. Things are looking up.
Okay, ma'am.
He had better not call me that on our romantic hot tub date.
We're going to pull your arms on 3. 1, 2.
On 3, I feel my limp body flying like a spastic human cannon into the air and wonder why no one remembered to get me a soft place to land. I land on my stomach in the fetal position, towel bunched up beside me, naked butt raised in the air. Ouch. I want to cry. For my face on this hard plank and for my pride. 2 and 3 run over to my side and cover me in a blanket. That was nice of them. 3 offers me his hand and pulls me up.
You're shivering. Let's get you to an ambulance for some oxygen and some fluids.
He puts a gentle arm around me and guides me to the door. Oh, I don't need the hospital. Please, just get me out of here.
First responders just need to give you the okay before you leave, ma'am,
he explains. I catch Jackson's eye as we pass by him, and he nods, tipping his firefighter hat to me, then swiftly turns back to 2 to continue their conversation. Okay, that's fine, it's cool. Maybe he'll ask for my number later at the front desk. When I'm at the door and Jackson thinks I'm out of earshot, my heart sinks.
She would be so hot if she'd just lost a little weight.
Figures. Hot firefighter is just another hot asshole. Normally I'd speak up for all womankind, march up to Jackson and tell him to shove his sexy firefighting hat where the sun doesn't shine. But I'm half naked, weak, exhausted, and frankly fed up with men like this. I just want a hot shower, a delicious sandwich, maybe a nap. All of those things are better than a dumb date anyway. 3 reaches out to open the heavy wood door for me, but I pull it open myself, put my back against the door to hold it, and turn to asshole Thor. I flip him 2 angry birds before storming out. Chapter 3. Harmony, you left the door wide open again, I mutter, more to myself than to my roommate who doesn't care, as I slam our apartment door, drop my yoga mat and bag on the floor, and hobble to the kitchen for a glass of water. I've got a couple bruises on my hips and leg, and I'll have a slight limp for a couple hours, but it was mostly my pride that was injured. I grabbed a hot shower at the spa to wash all that lube off me. So humiliating. But now I just want to crawl into bed and forget this morning ever happened. Ignore all of my problems. But I'm forced to face them again. Harmony's Wiccan altar, front and center in our living room. I sigh, pull out my phone to check the time, and sit on a tree stump turned table. Auditions in 2 hours. I'd better hurry. I should skip the nap and eat something before I leave. I only had 2 buttered pieces of toast this morning, and I burned them. Speaking of burnt, what's that smell? It's stronger than burnt toast, but less sweet than white sage. Harmony, I take another whiff of the air. What are you burning? Harmony appears in my bedroom doorway wearing black booty slippers and a black oversized shirt, and I jump off the stump in horror. When I look closer, I notice her shirt depicts a witch flying on a broomstick and the words "frequent flyer" across her chest. "You've got an audition today, right?" she asks, biting her lower lip. It has a new silver ring on it that wasn't there yesterday. "Yes," I say, standing up and walking toward her. "Why are you in my room?" She stretches her arms across the doorway, restricting my ability to get into my own room. "I'm doing a lucky spell for you. You're going to love this." She grins, and I want to believe she's being kind, but I'm uncertain. Her eyes are so black, they're emotionless. The smoky smell is growing stronger, and as I peer around her wild black tresses, I think I see a large metal pail on the floor by my closet going up in flames. Flames, flames, fire! My bedroom's on fire! "Harmony!" I push her aside. "What the fuck have you done?" I shout as I discover that my jeans, sweaters, and, this cannot be happening, my $120 Lululemons are being burned like bean burgers on a badly managed BBQ. "Whatever happened to William Shatner?" she asks, sounding more concerned about my curse word choices than the fact that my bedroom's on the brink of going up in flames. She looks over to where the pail is burning in front of my closet. It's encircled by a carefully arranged array of plastic white skulls and horseshoes. "Fuck that! You fucking burned my entire fucking wardrobe!" I shout, grabbing the metal pail and turning it upside down to engulf the flames. There are clothes still burning on the floor. Harmony's just standing in the doorway, staring at the fire, grinning like a kid at her first campout. But I am not about to hand her burnt marshmallow on a stick. I snatch a blanket hanging over the armchair, throw it over the flaming clothes, and stomp on top of it until every last flame is out. When I'm certain we're safe, I lean my back against the wall, close my eyes, and try to exhale quickly and deeply through my nose, like my yoga teacher did this morning. It only adds to my nausea, so I give up and breathe normally again. I could use a good cry, but the tears won't come. I'm too angry. "Aw." Harmony sits on the edge of my bed, kicking a burnt pair of jeans out of her way. "Now I'm not so sure your lucky spell's gonna work." I glare at her. "Not going to work? Not going to work? Are you Looney Tunes? How can burning my clothes bring about luck?" Harmony stares at me and sighs. "It's about showing you can deal with loss, duh. You have to make room for the thing you want." You could have burned one pair of socks, maybe one shirt. You didn't have to make space for the thing you want using my whole wardrobe. There's no point in reasoning with her. She's obviously having some sort of mental break. I quickly stand, wiping the sweat off my forehead with my t-shirt. Oh, crap. Another unbelievable stroke of non-luck. I've only got this t-shirt and these yoga pants left, and I have to get to my audition. I run to the living room stump where I left my phone and checked the time. 2 hours. I'll miss the audition. I storm back into my room where Harmony is still sitting on the edge of my bed, but now she's waving Sage around. You'd better get going. You'll be late. She doesn't look up. I feel my face growing beet red.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?